Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our AI/ML webinar. This is Sachin. I'm the co-founder for Minfi in Australia and the director. And I'll be providing the business insight for this webinar. In this webinar, we'll explore the transformative power of artificial intelligence and machine learning in today's business landscape. I'm thrilled to have all of you here today. Before we dive into our exciting agenda, I want to highlight the insight and the significance of AI/ML in driving business innovation and growth. According to the recent JP Morgan Business in Australia, acknowledged the immense potential of AI/ML technology. These cutting-edge solutions are seen as instrumental in overcoming challenges and leveraging new opportunities for sustainable success. In this webinar, we have assembled a panel of esteemed experts who will share the insight and experience in the realm of AI/ML. They have shed light on how this technology can transform business across various sectors. Our speakers bring a wealth of knowledge and practical expertise, making this an exceptional learning opportunity for all attendees. Well, first, I'm delighted to introduce Andrew Ray, a senior solution architect from AWS, with an impressive track record of driving AI-driven initiative. Ray will provide valuable insight into the practical application and benefits of AI/ML in today's business landscape. Next, we have Anirban, head of AI/ML, and he's from Minfi, who has been at the forefront of developing these cutting-edge ML models. Anirban will deep dive into the technical aspects of artificial intelligence and machine learning, sharing key methodologies, best practices, and the successful implementation. Welcome, Ray and Anirban. It would be good if you could share a little bit about yourself so we can get to know you a little bit better. Why don't we start with you, Anirban?
Thank you, Sachin. Good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome to the webinar. My name is Anirban De. I lead the analytics and AI/ML practice at Minfi. I'm based out of India, and I work with customers to solve their business challenges and business problems using the power of data, analytics, and AI/ML. Once again, welcome to the webinar, and look forward to talking to you.
Ray, why don't you give us a little bit of background about you?
Thank you, Sachin. Hello, everyone. I'm Ray Endo, a senior solutions architect at AWS. I worked in different areas in ML and AI, from autonomous driving to improving demand forecast or personalization. I'm looking forward to get to know your challenges, so please answer the polls if you have a chance, and I will walk you through a couple of our customers' case studies briefly today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Anirban, and thank you, Ray. And I appreciate you spending some time here and educating us in this new era of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Thank you. All right, let's get into it. All right. As I said earlier, the JP Morgan 2023 Business Leaders Outlook Survey provide us with a valuable insight into a current business landscape and the outlook for the future. It sheds light on business leader thoughts, concern, and aspiration across various industry and regions. The first and foremost, the survey highlights an overall optimistic sentiment among business leaders. Despite the challenges faced in recent time, a significant majority express confidence in global economic growth. This positive outlook stems from several factors. such as the continuous advancement in technology and increasing consumer demand. It's encouraging to witness this collective optimism as it fuels innovation, investment, and the job creation, and it's good for our country. Additionally, the survey reveals that digital transformation remains a top priority for businesses across sectors. Leaders spot the technology tremendous potential, driving operational efficiency and enhancing customer experience. They understand that staying ahead of the curve in the digital realm is essential for long-term success. As we navigate the digital landscape, we must embrace emerging technology to drive innovation and stay competitive. But in this ever-evolving business landscape, leaders are confronted with the myriad of challenges. And some of the challenges are listed there, like a recession. The survey indicates that some of these noticeable hurdles, including market volatility, changing customer expectations, regulatory compliance, and the talent shortage, are impaired the growth of innovation and put a strain on business striving to stay ahead of the curve. So with that, I would like to open a poll and like to understand what are the top challenges to grow your business. Can we have a poll, please? All right. So what are the challenges for you? Is it adding more customer, understanding the customer needs, retaining customers, focusing on probability, or relocating cash investment? I'll give you 30 seconds to choose your answers. You should see a pop-up on your screen. Please select the best answer suited to you. Right. Can we see the results? All right. It seems like adding more customers and understanding customer needs to build a better offer seems to be 100%. So I kind of relate to this. All right. But among these challenges, I think it's difficult to determine which one is the priority challenge, as it largely depends on the specific context and the industry. However, all these challenges are interconnected, if you ask me, right? And it's vital for the sustainable business growth. Failing to address any of these challenges can definitely negatively impact a company and its overall success. Therefore, it's important for business to prioritize and find a balance between addressing these challenges based on their unique circumstances, goals, industry. And this is where I think we will dive into the exciting world of artificial intelligence and machine learning. And I will hand over the session to Ray. Ray, can you please provide the valuable insight into the practical application and the benefit of artificial intelligence and machine learning? And also, if you could help us, how the AWS can help you stay ahead of the curves, and what are the business case, what are the use case studies you could share? Thank you. Over to you, Ray.
Thank you, Sachin. Yeah, I just see in the polls that adding more customers, adding more users is a priority for the participants in today's webinar. I will start here with how Global Sign-In, our AWS customer, were able to pivot their business model while maintaining cost savings and business resiliency to support virtual events. They were able to develop a platform called GiveMe, just in 6 months, the platform offered incorporated AI services such as Amazon Comprehend, which is a natural language processing service. And this platform supported personalized recommendations every 15 minutes. So this is one way you can, for example, in this case, shifting from in-person meetings to virtual events allowed for adding more, for expanding the business. Now, another customer case is Shakey's, where the customer was able to increase the traffic 5 times and generate 10 times more transactions by modernizing their technology stack, particularly by incorporating Amazon Personalized and leveraging the capabilities of AWS. They were able to respond to the COVID, to the change in business due to COVID. So, although these examples were from the COVID period, similarly, you would have to change your operating model or business model to be able to acquire more customers or support a larger volume of transactions. Can we move to the next slide? AWS AI/ML stack has a broad set of capabilities, but what I want you to see here is that at the top layer with AI services, we have services across different areas such as industrial AI, where you have lookouts for equipment to detect anomalies, or you have, I mentioned before, Amazon Comprehend, but also you have for developer productivities, such as Code Whisperer. So there are many services depending on your needs. And the AI services will allow you to build in intelligence into your applications, just as APIs. So developers with no ML experience can directly integrate built-in intelligent, pre-built machine learning into their applications and start using it. Let's say, for example, you want to enhance customer experience. You can use Amazon Personalized to integrate APIs, which allows you to provide curated recommendations. And now, moving to a lower layer, ML services, it will allow business analysts with no ML experience to explore the data and build models themselves. Additionally, we have a low-code service, SageMaker Jumpstart, which allows you to use pre-trained models with just a few clicks. Can you move to the next slide? Okay, I will go through the forecasting use case today as an example of how AI services can help you. We have here 2 use cases. I want to mention 2 use cases for forecasting. One is reducing the inventory amount and making sure, so optimizing your inventory planning. And the other is improving customer service, for example, reducing wait times with customer calls. Can you go to the next slide, please? When talking about forecasting, the current forecasting landscape has in the current forecasting landscape, we see that customers want personalized goods. They want them fast, and they want a variety of goods. That's where services such as Amazon Forecast can help you. You can see here, according to the recent study from McKinsey, companies who built ML forecasting capabilities, they were able to improve demand forecasting by 20% and reduce the inventory by 5%, achieving an overall 3% increase in revenue. Let me go to the next slide. So let's see here how the AI ML stack that I mentioned maps to different stakeholders or members. So with the SageMaker low-code service, data scientists can start from pre-built solutions. In the case, there are a variety of forecast specific solutions, for example, deep AR or profit, and they can fine tune these models to fit your particular company needs. While if you have developers who want to use Amazon Forecast API, who want to integrate forecast into their applications, you can use Amazon Forecast APIs and just by providing the data, as we will see shortly, and integrate into your applications. The last type of members I would like to talk about, or builders, is business analysts who can use a no-code service, Amazon SageMaker, just to drag and drop items and explore the data and build models. In this case, actually under the hood, SageMaker Canvas will allow using Amazon Forecast models. Can you go to the next slide? Okay, so how does the low-code and no-code ML services that I mentioned translate in terms of benefits? The first benefit is high accuracy. So although there is a low barrier of entry, you will be able to use in a short time, still you will be able to achieve high accuracy. This is because you are relying on, in the case of a forecast, there is 25 years of experience at Amazon, and you can leverage the ML capabilities built for Amazon.com. Now, again, from the no-code perspective, the ease of use, it means that you will have a larger wide of members who can contribute at your organization. And then easy integration. The services mentioned here can integrate with your other applications, or if you're using data lakes, other inventory ordering or supply chain systems can be integrated easily as well. Can you please go to the next slide? Okay. For the fully managed, for this slide, what I want you to see is how Amazon Forecast facilitates all the stages of building forecasting models. So Anirban will talk about AI and ML more later, but I want you to see here that without Amazon, without using a fully managed service such as Amazon Forecast, your teams will have to iterate on these cycles of data preparation, training, and tuning, deploying, and managing. Now, when using Amazon Forecast, there are capabilities such as filling missing rows or support for other data sets such as weather data. These capabilities are already built in Amazon Forecast, so your teams don't have to worry about undifferentiated heavy lifting. Is basically working on features which do not contribute to your business differentiation. Can you go to the next slide? For forecasting inputs and outputs, what I want you to see in this slide is that the flow of using Amazon Forecast is very simple. You need to provide historical data, and then Amazon Forecast or SageMaker Canvas will generate the insights for you. As I mentioned earlier, you can also integrate with other kinds of data such as weather or holidays. Can you please move to the next slide? Now, I have been talking about Amazon Forecast, but I want you to see an actual use case or a customer case study. App 8, we're trying to improve the customer dining experience and streamline the operations for restaurant owners. And at first, they were trying to build forecasting capabilities in-house from scratch. But the development overhead was big, and they noticed that with Amazon Forecast, they can achieve the required performance to enhance the customer experience without this additional overhead. Can you move to the next slide? While today I mentioned solutions such as Amazon Comprehend or Amazon Personalize or Amazon Forecast, there are different solutions depending on your needs. So there are in areas such as, I mentioned anomaly detection briefly, but there are areas such as fraud detection, media intelligence, and many other areas that are covered by AI services and low-code solutions. So that would be from my side today. I will hand it over to Anirban
Can we have the next slide, please? Right. Okay. So I'm going to show you a demonstration of how to use Amazon SageMaker Canvas. But before we get into the demo, let me take some time and talk through what is AI, what is ML and ML Ops. Now, you may have heard these terms. Some of you may be familiar with them as well. So this may be a refresher for some of you. But let's make sure that we understand where ML makes sense, what kind of business problems can we solve with ML, and we'll compare this with the standard programming approach that we are all familiar with. And to illustrate this point, I'm going to take up an example of income tax, filing your income tax, and I think this is something that everybody is familiar with. So let's say we're trying to find out what is the income tax payable for the last financial year. Now, the first thing that comes to mind is, well, I already know what the rules are, so I'll simply run my income data through those rules, and I'll get the output in the form of the tax payable, right? And that's absolutely correct, because in this case we already have a predetermined set of rules that tells us how the income data is going to be processed to output the payable income tax. So this is a good use case for traditional software programming because you already know how the data needs to be processed. Now let's extend this problem, and let's say now we want to find out what my income tax is going to be for the next 3 years. Now, again, intuitively, you can say that the earlier technique will not work because I don't have the income data for the next 3 years. So I can't apply those rules on a data that I don't have yet. And on top of that, I don't know if the rules are going to change for the next 3 years or not, right? So here, and this is a good use case for machine learning, because here we take a different approach. We look at the past data. Let's say we have history data of income and income taxes for the last 5 or 10 years. We look at the data and find out patterns based on different economic scenarios, and then try to predict what is likely going to be the income and income tax for the next 3 years. So in this case, we are actually making the data look for patterns and then using these patterns to predict something that we don't know yet. So this is different from the standard programming approach. And this is where, and these are the type of use cases where machine learning is a good fit. Now, what is artificial intelligence? So machine learning is generally considered a subset of artificial intelligence because machine learning deals with finding patterns in data. But artificial intelligence has a larger scope and the objective of artificial intelligence is to simulate how a human brain works. Now, a human brain is extremely sophisticated, and there are certain aspects of artificial intelligence that tries to mimic the way a human brain works. For example, we have technologies like computer vision, which is a way of mimicking how our eyes work. We also have artificial intelligence in the areas of converting text to speech, speech to text, language processing. So if we extend this example of income tax, let's say I have my income tax, I have my income papers, and I want to create a solution which will take the data from this income papers and fill out my income tax form, right? So that's a good use case for artificial intelligence, because in this case, we are trying to extract data and apply it in a specific context. So this, you can imagine, this is very similar to how our human brains work. We look at data from different places and then use the data in a specific context. We apply that knowledge in a specific context. So this is a good use case for artificial intelligence. And then finally, what is ML Ops, or machine learning operations? So you can think of it as an equivalent to the tools, techniques, and principles of DevOps as it applies to software development. So the idea is that when you've built a machine learning solution and you've deployed it in production, you need a set of tools and practices to sustain the value of that solution and also improve it over time. So MLOps is concerned with that aspect, and this involves monitoring, retraining, detecting bias, explaining machine learning decisions, etc. So that's what is AI, ML, and MLOps. Can we have the next slide, please? Right. So before we jump into the demo, I'd like to take some time and explain to you what the use case for this demo is. So this is the demo is built on SageMaker Canvas, which Ray already explained. This is a low-code, no-code visual interface for building, training, and deploying machine learning models. And the specific business challenge that we are going to solve in this demo is predicting customer churn. Now, customer churn essentially means if a customer is going to leave your services for somebody else. For example, in this case, we are talking about a telecom company, and they are observing that many of their subscribers are leaving their services and taking up other services from other competitors. So what they're trying to do is analyze customer data, and they're trying to predict if a particular customer is likely to leave. And if they predict that a particular customer is likely to leave, they can then take corrective action in terms of targeted marketing or personalized offers, right? So this is a way of retaining customers. In the poll, we observed that adding new customers is important for businesses, but at the same time, retaining existing customers is also important. So customer churn is a good way of addressing that business challenge. So with that, let's look at the demo. So this is a video, and I'm going to talk through the video as we go along. So let's start the video. Okay, so we are building a custom machine learning model using SageMaker Canvas. And so this is how the SageMaker Canvas screen looks like. So we give a name to this custom model. And the first thing that we need to do is import a data set. And this data set is the customer data that we are going to analyze and predict customer churn. So once we are ready to import the data set, we click on import data, and then it gives us a visual representation of the different attributes of the data. The first thing that we need to do when we get to see the data is choose the target variable. The target variable is the attribute that we want to predict. So in this case, it is churn, and it's the values could be false and true. True means yes, the customer is likely to churn. So here you can see how it visualizes the different features or attributes of data. Two of the features seem to have a normal distribution. We then validate the data just to make sure that it is ready for creating a machine learning model, and it says yes, this is a valid data set. In this screen, you can see there is a column called correlation to target. So this is where it analyzes how influential particular attributes of the data are in predicting the target variable, which is customer churn. So then we do a quick preview of the model, and it tells us that yes, if you build this model, it's going to be almost 96% accurate, which is pretty good to start with. And then we start building the model. We do a quick build, which takes anywhere between 2 to 15 minutes. And here we have the first version of the model ready. You can see the model has come out with more than 96% accuracy. And these are the predictions that it generated during the training phase. It is also showing you the advanced metrics, F1 score, accuracy, and precision. So here we have the model that is ready for deployment. And as you can see, this is a completely no-code approach. We did not have to write a single line of code. And then we can start testing the model by generating predictions. So to generate predictions, we alter the values of the different input variables and then see what the prediction is. So a true prediction basically means the customer is likely to churn. This is a positive case. And a false prediction means the customer is not likely to churn, which means that there is no risk of customer retention for that particular customer. So here you can see we try with different values of the input variables and see how the prediction changes for these different values. We can see if we change a particular value with a very different value compared to the normal values, how the prediction changes. For example, in this case, we'll use a very high value of the night minutes, which means the customer is making calls in the night for long durations. And in this case, the prediction is true, which means that this customer is likely to churn. So like I said before, this information is important for businesses to take proactive action on retaining customers. And what I just showed you through this demo is how quickly and easily you can build such a machine learning solution to predict customer churn using Amazon SageMaker Canvas. Right? I hope that was useful. And with that, I'll hand it over back to Sachin.
Thank you, Anirban, and thank you, Ray. I think that information was very informative for me, and I hope our audience feel the same, right? So I think from the conclusion perspective, and I think we can go to the next slide now. The era of artificial intelligence and machine learning has arrived, and there's no question in anyone's mind. Okay, and it's up to us as a society to embrace its potential and drive business to the new heights. We got the power now, and we have to use it in a right way by harnessing these powers of these technologies. We can unlock innovation, okay, and stay ahead of the curve in this today's competitive landscape. And again, the main part, responsible AI, I think that should stay on top of our head, and then we should build our machine learning and artificial intelligence models. Okay, now, so it's time to open the floor for questions. Okay, I encourage you to utilize the question and answer box located at the bottom of your screen to ask any question or share any queries you got. Okay, please feel free to type them, and me or Anirban or Ray would be very happy to answer them. All right, let's see what we're gonna got, right? Do we have any questions? So I don't think we don't have any questions yet, which is okay. We'll give a couple of more minutes, but in the meantime, we can go to the next slide. Okay, and I encourage all of you to stay engaged with us, as we have a exciting Immersion Day, artificial intelligence, machine learning event coming up. Okay, this will provide you a hands-on experience with these technologies, and Anirban definitely will be on my side to actually provide you that guidance, what's required, and allowing you to explore these capabilities firsthand. It's an excellent opportunity to gain practical knowledge and network with the industry experts. So the dates are listed there. The registration link will be sent to you after this webinar. Please register it, and I hope I see you there. And if, let's say, if you're interested in exploring the artificial intelligence machine learning specific benefit for your business, I invite you to schedule a one-on-one session with our expert consultant, and they will work very closely with you to understand your unique needs and help you build a compelling business case and tailor artificial intelligence and machine learning solution for your business. I will encourage each and every one of you to take that opportunity, okay, and at least have a chat, right? But that's for now. Do we have any questions? Looks like we don't have any questions, so that's good. Thank you once again for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at our upcoming immersion day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.